Hey everybody, welcome back to I Know a Guy. If you're new here, my name's Anthony. I'm a business profit advocate. On this show, we interview entrepreneurs, business owners, professionals, and just people doing cool things. For example, today we're meeting with Sultan Semlali, sorry about that, founder of the Value Coach, an organization helping sales professionals and non-sales professionals talk value and not product features. He leads the global value consulting team at Sitecore, a digital experience platform. How are you doing today, Sultan?
I'm good, and you?
I thought I was good, but I can't read or pronounce anything today, so this is going to be fun. So,
We
yeah,
can do some exercise with complex words.
I might need to. Yeah, let's start with the non-complex ones, and I'll get there. So, awesome. Where are you calling in from? Where are you located?
I'm based in the Netherlands, in the city of Utrecht.
Okay, awesome. Are you a lifer? You been there your whole life? Or are you newer there?
I've been here now for the last 11 years.
Mhm.
I was born and raised in Belgium and lived in Ireland for 2 years. I lived in Singapore for 2 years and in the Caribbean for a year as well.
Okay.
So yeah. So weather-wise, I wish I was in Singapore or in the Caribbean, but it is what it is.
Yeah, we're getting snow here right now. I know we were just talking about it a minute ago, so we'll see how much it amounts to, but I'll kind of fill you on that. Let's go to the Caribbean for a little bit. Awesome. So I've never been to the Netherlands. What do you recommend people do if they visit?
If you visit, it would be to visit Amsterdam. I think everyone knows Amsterdam and seeing there's a lot of culture, amazing museums to visit in Amsterdam. You don't come to the Netherlands for the food, even though you can be surprised. So it's not so bad as people say. And I would recommend also visiting other cities like Utrecht. So Utrecht is a beautiful city. It's 400,000 people living here with beautiful canals, and it's a medieval city. So um, you get a sense of history and a modern city at the same time. So, highly recommend coming across.
That's interesting. So if somebody is there, what food do you recommend we actually find? You know, since you're not known for it, it sounds like there's a couple spots, so what do you recommend?
Well, probably like England, we recommend foreign food here, but I would say Indonesian food. Indonesia used to be a colony of the Netherlands, and so we have strong ties between Netherlands and Indonesia. And Indonesian cuisine is great. But yeah, mostly I think the international cuisine we have here is probably the best.
Okay, so food from somewhere else. Got it. I'll keep that. Yeah, so awesome. Okay. Well, what can you tell us about what you do?
Well, I'm leading a team of what we call value engineers or value consultants. And what we are doing is that we are talking with clients, prospective clients, and try to help them understand the technology we sell. So I'm working for a company called Sitecore, which is a digital experience platform. And we power some of the greatest websites in the world. So General Mills website, for example, for food, or we have Porsche website, and many great websites actually use our platform to publish content online and in apps. And sometimes it's very complex for our contacts to be able to justify why they're spending money with us. And so our team is here to look at, okay, you want to invest in technology. What will that mean for the bottom line? How do you justify to the chief financial officer or to other people? And I've been doing that for a couple of years now. And that's what our team does. And besides that, I started Value Coach, which is an advisory organization that I set up where we are looking at helping actually sales professional, non-sales professional talk value and our product features. I know that common mistakes we make as salesperson is that we love our product and so we want to talk about our product, but people don't really care about it. What they care is what it means for them, and so what is the value for them.
That's really good advice. How'd you get started with that?
I started that I think about a year ago, and the idea was that when you know things, it's important to be able to share that and make that accessible to as many people as possible. And I was looking for a way to share knowledge and drive those kind of conversations because I think we there is a need for that. And as client is important, and also as vendors or as providers, it's also important to be able to expand our conversation, make sure they make sense.
Okay, I gotcha. So you've been doing it for a while. What's your favorite thing about what you're doing? Like kind of what's your drive?
My drive is getting that wow moment when we um, actually talk about strategy, the impact of what we try to do. I think when you're in business, you try to achieve some things. You have some goals from a revenue cost, but it also ties very closely to your life as well. So if you're in business and you start a business, you have a specific vision of what you want to do with your life. And sometimes in business, we tend to forget that the people we deal with are human, that have human needs, and that they might want to buy your product, but to solve a problem. But sometimes it's also to help them get some free time to spend with their kids and their family. And sometimes it's nice to be able to touch those topics and try to expand the conversation and build great relationship.
Okay. So you talk to a lot of salesmen, you've seen a lot of different things. What's the common thread that most folks are, making a mistake doing, that the most common issue that you find, salesmen and women doing?
I think the main mistakes is focusing on themselves um, and only talking about numbers. So there's a misconception. It's not a full misconception, but we tend to limit the scope to sales is a numbers game, and you only need to talk about your product. And I think sales is about serving others and helping others getting where they want to be. And I think if we are able to change that mindset and helping our clients be where they want to be at any other level, this is where I think we get value on both sides of the equation.
Okay. So if we're looking at like your average client or the avatar, who are the people that you're able to help get to where they want to be?
Um, it's uh, it's multiple actually, but it's I would say the biggest impact is usually with sales professional or people that are trying to promote a product. It's where we are able to expand the way of what we are offering. So let's say I'm selling swimming pools. Um, you're selling swimming pool, the swimming pool has a cost, but the swimming pool has a specific goal for your client. They want to be able to relax with their family, or they want to have parties at home. They want to increase the value of their house. They have all kind of different goals. And depending on how you approach them and how you talk with them, you can talk about those goals and have conversation and get them actually to have the proper conversation that is aligned to the goals of what people want to have. And I think it's one of the most beautiful thing. If I come to you and you want to buy a swimming pool for me, and I'm only talking to you about having those amazing parties and getting drunk around the swimming pool with all your friends, and actually you don't have any friends and you just want a swimming pool for your wife and your two kids, I'm completely out of line. I'm wasting your time, and that's a real shame. And I think we need to be doing a better job there.
Yeah, it's definitely important to know know your audience, know who you're talking to. That's the last thing you would want to do. So okay, what about power partners? Who do you tend to synergize well with other industries that you might be able to help similar clients and refer back and forth with?
Um, well, at Sidecore, what we do is we work closely with a number of agency partners, usually, and those organizations are there to help build a strategy or to implement the technology. That's what they do.
Okay.
And so we help them actually doing that.
Why is sales the best profession in the world?
Sales is the best profession in the world because you get the chance to interact with a lot of people. You get a chance to really help people, being your clients, but also your organization. So you're really a key part in an organization. You are helping to sell the products that are being developed or built by your organization. You're providing them at your customers, and you understand the feedback from your customers that you can go back to your organization. So it's a really a beautiful profession that allows you a lot of interaction and play a key strategic role. And at the same time, you can make a lot of money at the same time. So I think it's a win-win-win kind of role that more people should try to look into.
And then if we're looking at like any group of people, there's going to be a bell curve of skill. So you have on this end your newer folks, your people that just aren't very good, and then you have your average people in the middle, and on the far end you have the super great top salesmen, the people that you kind of want to emulate. So what makes a salesperson a great salesperson?
What makes a great salesperson is a number of areas. The first one is customer centricity and the ability to understand your customers. A great salesperson will know that you're not looking at getting drunk at a swimming pool, but you have other expectations, as we discussed earlier. A second area is being able to translate what you're offering in words that your clients are looking for. So you're able to talk the appropriate language with everyone, be able to connect with everyone. Uh, Third is being methodical. I think the best performing salesperson are not necessarily the shiny one and the lone wolves, but are people that just do work every day on a consistent basis and try to look at, okay, I'm going to do 100 calls today, I'm going to do 50 calls, whatever my objective is. And I'm just sticking to it and I'm learning from what I'm doing and I'm learning and looking at what works and what doesn't work. And finally, it's the ability to use all the resources that you have. So really understand that, oh, I have this person that can really help me for something specific and engaging the right people at the right time. And I think finally is curiosity. You need to be curious and be willing to learn all the time. And top sales performers are the ones that are always learning, always try to understand. And when they talk to their customer, they're not there just asking questions to get something out of it, but they really care about people and are really curious about their customers and try to get to know them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's being humble enough to keep learning and
Yeah,
changing and correcting because none of us are perfect. We're never going to get to perfect, but we can keep trying to get closer and closer.
yeah, absolutely.
So awesome. Is there anything that I missed or failed to ask that you wanted to mention?
I think one point that I would say is that when you talk about value, um, when someone's using the word value, it's really important to try to understand what people mean, and that it's really something we tend to forget, all of us, to sometimes we have a biases and we hear a word and we go down to the rabbit hole. And we need to take a step back and asking questions about, okay, what do you mean by that? And so when we talk about value, what does really value mean for you? Is that an ROI? Are you talking about the personal values that you have? What is important to you? Is it a sense of belonging? Are there different things? Um, and I think that's really a key thing when we are into business or providing services or helping other people. What is our added value? What do we bring at the table? And it can be anything. And really try to understand what actually our audience is looking for and what can we bring them.
Okay. Yeah, that's really good tips. I'm gonna have to go back and take a couple notes on that. So, uh, how can people get a hold of you?
They can connect with me on LinkedIn, Sultan Semlali on LinkedIn. I'm pretty active, so really happy to engage with people. If you're across in the Netherlands, feel free to connect and we can go and have a drink. And sometimes I'm traveling, we can also meet somewhere, but always happy to help. On my website, value-coach.com, you can find a couple of resources. I have a couple of ebooks that you can download, and I have created a Chat GPT for sales workshop that is free. So please take a look. There are some great prompts that you can use actually in your day-to-day life if you're in sales and you want to use the power of AI.
Perfect. If anybody would like to get a hold of Sultan, I absolutely recommend doing it. You're going to know more afterwards than before. It's always good to kind of look at your sales process, try and figure out where you're lacking because, a lot of times you're a little bit too close to the forest, So being able to have an outside, source come and help you out, that's huge. Worst case scenario, you end up with a little bit better in return or whatever it is your goal is.
Yeah.
I'll have all his links in the description so you don't have to hunt for it. If you're a little bit more shy or you prefer a three-way introduction, you can reach out to me. I'm more than happy to make those introductions for you. Other than that, if anybody else out there would like to be interviewed, feel free to reach out to me. I'll have my link tree in the description as well. Feel free, hop on the calendar, reach out to me. I'd love to have a conversation with you. But again, Sultan, I really appreciate you taking your time, pouring into us, giving us a little about who you are and what you're doing. And I think you're doing great things. A lot of us out there in sales, um, we definitely need a kick in the butt sometimes because we kind of get stuck in our ways and we need to improve. So again, I appreciate you coming on. Let's all get out there and meet some more people. All right.
Okay, thank you so much. And I really want to thank you for what you're doing. I think the work you're doing is great. You bring a lot of people together. You share a lot of best practices on your podcast, and I really recommend everyone to listen to it and to engage with you because you're a great person. So really enjoyed that conversation.
I appreciate it. The pleasure's mine.